Lianpo's spine also broke. Again. Both husband and wife have high paraplegia. There will never be a chance of recovery. Isaac stepped forward at this time and said respectfully, "Mr. Wade, the 300 heavy excavators I have mobilized have arrived. As long as you say something, we will immediately flatten the entire Tianhao Building Materials Group." "Okay." Charlie nodded and said coldly, "Notify all the workers that the evacuation will be completed within 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, it will be all flattened here." Tianhao and Lianpo were frightened. A lifetime of hard work, is this over? Everything is gone, and they can only be the living dead in the future. Without money, who will take care of them? Charlie doesn't care about them. He asked to turn on the fire alarm, and the entire factory immediately began to evacuate. Later, Charlie picked up Claire, who was already asleep, and asked several people in black to carry Tianhao and Lianpo, who were unable to move. When everyone stepped out of the office building, the entire factory was almost evacuated. The workers thought that there was a fire, and all ran out as if to flee for their lives. At this time, 300 excavators have surrounded the factory. Thousands of people called by Isaac are in the periphery, and they are evacuating all the workers. Standing in the square, Charlie said to Tianhao and Lianpo, "I want you to see with your own eyes how your hard work turns to ashes." After that, he immediately said to Isaac, "Let the excavator come in. Take it down for me." 300 excavators came in vigorously. The buckets and guns on the excavator made huge movements, like 300 heavy tanks, directly tore apart several workshops of the entire factory, and then flattened them, leaving a piece of rubble. Tianhao and Lianpo were extremely desperate. This is all their hard work. These factories, brick by brick and beam by beam, are the result of their half-life's hard work. It can be said that the factory is like their child. Now, someone tore down their factory a little bit. This is simply torturing. At this moment, the two of them had absolutely no idea of survival. There is only one idea in the mind. It's death. However, it does not exist. Charlie will not give them a chance to die. Let them taste the pain for the rest of their lives. Later, Charlie said to the two of them, "I will spare you a dog's life, but you will remember me. Anyone who dares to reveal my identity to the outside world, I must kill his family without leaving a person. Not even a dog will be left." The two of them collapsed in fright and cried, "Mr. Wade, we dare not, master. Kill us, we dare not reveal your identity, master." Charlie nodded. Looking at the husband and wife who had become useless, and the Tianhao Building Materials Group that had become ruins, the ill feeling in his heart was finally released. Afterward, he said to Isaac, "Let the helicopter come over and take us back." Isaac nodded immediately, and then respectfully asked, "Mr. Wade, I think the young lady may have been drugged. Should I send her to the hospital, or I will arrange a doctor to come home?" Charlie waved his hand. "No, just send us back." When he returned home, Claire still did not wake up. This is mainly because Charlie did not take back the spiritual energy in her body. After returning home and putting her on the bed, he took the spell back from Claire's body. Immediately afterward, Claire woke up quietly. "Husband." Claire opened her eyes, saw Charlie's face, and immediately assured him with ecstasy, and then she couldn't help crying. Charlie hurriedly comforted her, "It's okay, baby, don't be afraid, your husband brought you home." Home? Claire looked around now. Realizing that it was the bedroom of Charlie and herself, she couldn't help but ask, "Tianhao didn't embarrass you, right?" "No." Charlie said, "Tianhao and his wife have become paraplegic, and the entire Tianhao Building Materials Group has also been razed to the ground. This means that many injustices will kill themselves." Claire was shocked. "How come? What is going on?" Charlie smiled faintly, "I called a few friends to help and snatched you out." As a result, the Tianhao Building Materials Group, the entire office building, and the factory were all tofu projects. After they came out, one of their workshops exploded. The whole factory building was blown up, but unfortunately, you fell asleep at the time, otherwise, you could see the domino-like heroic scene. Claire couldn't believe it. A good factory, a workshop exploded, and it was razed to the ground? Yes. Charlie nodded, "It's so powerful. I think they are condemned by heaven. After all, he immediately quietly sent a message to Isaac. Get the media, let them claim that Tianhao Building Materials Group caused a chain reaction because of the explosion in the workshop, and the factory collapsed. Isaac immediately replied, don't worry, young master, getting on the news right away. A few minutes later, Claire was still trying her best to recall the details before the coma, and her mobile phone suddenly received a lot of news notifications. She glanced at the title, and she was stunned. The news headline is all about the Orus Hill Tianhao Building Materials Group's accident. The accident led to the collapse of the engineering workshop of the whole plant. Several people died. The owner Tianhao and his wife were also seriously injured. The doctor said that he was afraid it was paraplegia. Charlie said at this moment, "Here, I didn't lie to you, did I?" Only then did Claire believe it, and exclaimed, "He was a really evil and evil is rewarded."